5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody, to the Level Unlock podcast.
Yeah.
I will be your MC tonight. My name is James, aka People I Hate Studios, and I am joined by my friends and colleagues, Jeffrey Splash Screen
Let's bring that back. Take another whack at that again.
Take two. Run it back, Chief.
Take another whack at that again.
Take two. Run it back, Chief.
Oh shit! Why is it every time that Walker isn't on the show, everything just goes to shit?
Our standards just go straight down. Sorry.
Down. All right, so hey guys, welcome to Level Unlock Podcast, episode level, whatever you like to call it, 79. As always, I'm joined by Jeffrey Schroeder, the Splash Screen Gamer.
Hi.
Mark Guy 729.
Oh.
And who the hell are you again?
I know. Who's
I'm
this
fucking
guy?
I'm back
Oh,
with
nice.
fucking energy again. Like,
Oh wow, how was your trip around the world multiple
oh,
times?
World Tour was.
Was it
Oof.
good?
Let me tell you, I got
How many
to.
interviews did you do?
Where'd you get
interviewed-
stuck?
Where I get stuck? Boca Raton.
What the hell
Oh,
were you
dang.
doing in Boca
Good old
Raton
Boca
again?
Raton. You always get caught up there, and I can't explain it.
Said you weren't gonna go
Yeah,
there
no.
anymore, though.
I could have sworn you took
After what
a
happened.
wrong turn at Albuquerque.
What happened last
See, that was
time?
my first issue. Boca Raton kind of just sucked me in for like 8 days. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, but you said you weren't gonna go there after last time.
I wasn't, and then I was going past and
Couldn't help yourself.
right on in. But no, fucking my little tour, it was great. It wasn't great. I
It's a
was
tour, right?
deathly ill for like 2 fucking weeks.
Wait, so you mean we just lied to these people about you being on world tour?
Well, no,
instead of
I was
saying that you
def-
were deathly ill.
I was
Well-
deathly ill on tour. I
Oh,
couldn't leave the bus.
but how did
I
you
just kept
Quarantine the
driving.
entire time.
You see, they sat on the outside of the bus, and we put a canopy out so they were under the shade, and we ran some like cords and some mics through the windows, and we just talked there, and I like peered out the window, and you could only see the tip top of my face, and I looked at him, and made eye contact and talked the whole time.
That seems like a terrible interview.
Well, at least you had fun.
Oh
It's all
yeah,
about
my
learning and
gosh.
growing.
yeah, absolutely, of course.
You're not allowed to go there, though.
Oh,
yeah,
my.
we-
But yeah, we're fucking back. I should be good for the foreseeable future. Yeah, no, fucking just crazy shit the past fucking what, 5 weeks?
Something like that.
Yeah,
When
it's
did we
been
go to When did we go to Popeyes?
yeah, pretty much last time we went to the time we went to Popeyes.
Damn you, Popeyes.
That was the end.
That was the end.
Send you on a spiral, let me tell you.
Their spicy chicken sandwich, too damn good.
You want to know the thing? See, I got on the news that day, and my
Yeah.
fucking career just took off.
Being interviewed for all kinds of things now.
Yeah, man, it's
So
crazy.
what was your favorite thing that you were interviewed about?
Probably being the world's best marble artist.
Yeah?
I think that's one of my most favorite things.
Marble artist?
Oh, I
How
call
do you teach marbles to
wait,
make
wait.
art?
Yeah. Well, no. Are we talking about that? Or are we talking about using like marbles to make art? Like
Oh, yeah, you
sculptures made of
fucking-
marbles, or
But you
Yeah,
just
exactly.
get a bunch of marbles and give them paintbrushes and
And
teach
then
them how to
just have them
paint.
be on their
Yeah,
way.
I didn't even think of that. That's ingenious.
They do really well, but it's only on like such a scale because they're not very tall.
Well, you just
Yeah.
get enough of them.
They make really good fucking street art. I'll tell you what.
They do the ones with the planets where you take like the circular objects like paint cans and you spray paint around them, and then you take the garbage, the newspaper, and you do this with it, and then you pull away, and it looks like a fucking
That looked
abstract
like
space
something else.
scene.
Yeah.
Say some shit like that.
Well, yeah, fucking, yeah, back.
Welcome back.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess we should just go right into the weeks then with you, Nate.
Okay.
Or I guess like month and a half.
Yeah, I've had it.
So realistically,
I'm gonna be here for
the majority of my week,
Which was
not
4
my week, but like
weeks.
my last month, I was extremely sick. I still don't have my fucking results, but that's cool. Yeah, I was sick for like 2.5 weeks. That shit was awful. Like that was really, really not fun. Before that, I was hitting the gym every day, and then maybe I got sick there. I don't fucking know because I don't have my
You
results. So I don't know
probably
what
you
happened.
probably did. Even if you didn't have Dave, you probably got sick from the
Yeah,
gym.
you're sick from
Those
something.
are breeding grounds of itches.
Yeah, they can be for sure. I mean, I spray the bullshit out of everything, so like, I did my due diligence. The problem is if other people didn't do theirs.
Everyone else.
Yeah, that's really all I did. My fucking internet went out for like 3 days at one point. That was cool.
That's
Because the fucking line in the back came down. We didn't know because it was still up, but like apparently it just didn't work. So like at all. So we took it down. We had them come out, take it down, put a new one up. We were good again. My favorite thing that happened, and this happened like 3 days ago, I got a new car. Because I sold my old car to my cousin because he wanted a new car. And he had never gotten like a pretty much new car. And my Mazda was like in pretty much perfect condition. Like it was flawless. It was all super clean. And then so I went and bought a 2020 fucking Civic hatchback. And let me tell you, I never thought I'd be a Civic guy. I never thought I'd be able to fit in a Civic. There's a lot of fucking room in those Civics.
yeah.
What's that now?
Back in like up to like 2016, apparently there was a huge complaint about Civics being too small, too like tight. And then they're like, fucking fine. You're saying this is this. We're gonna go in the exact opposite direction. And now they're gonna have to make the Accords larger on the inside because it's basically fucking an Accord interior. It's fucking huge. But yeah, so I've actually really enjoyed driving that thing. It's got a super smooth drive. It's really fun to just fucking gotta go fast and oh yeah. Fucking other than that, I haven't done a whole lot. As I was getting better, I started playing some games again. Still haven't been playing too many video games. I've honestly been watching a lot of Netflix just because I am still dealing with a bit of fatigue. So if I get quiet towards the middle of this and kind of slump back, that's why. Because like right now I'm using all of my energy. But no, yeah, I get pretty fatigued after like 20 or 30 minutes of like talking pretty fast and moving around a lot. But yeah, I mean other than that, I haven't done a whole lot. Nothing's been too crazy wild. I did a rebrand again because at this point my name should just be fucking pending.
Yep.
I don't know. We'll see. I think this one resonates with me to the point where I don't want to change it anymore. I also
What is
thought
it
the one
now?
before that did, but I can't decide.
What
Right
the
now
hell are
I
you
like
calling
it.
yourself?
We'll see what happens. Huh?
What are you calling yourself?
Right now it's Gilgamesh.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
I keep seeing you in
Motherfucker.
places, and I'm like, who the fuck is this? Dildamesh. All over our channels, just dropping links and memes and other shit. And no, I didn't think it was you. You was in China or wherever the hell you was at, France, doing interviews.
Yeah, man. Fucking.
Jeff, I fucking
Sort of
love
fucking
you.
movie star.
That's you.
I know that was
No,
you.
yeah, fucking. I'm rocking Gilgamesh. Mainly because I fuck with the old story. It's neat, and it's also kind of based around the anime character I really fuck with. It's one of my favorites.
Okay.
Mainly, I just fuck with the name, and I like it, so I'm gonna go with it.
Cool.
And until something else tickles my fancy enough, we'll see. I don't fucking know anymore. I change names a lot, and I just try to find something that like I don't ever get tired of. But we'll see. But I mean, honestly, other than that, I watched a couple movies. I watched Hamilton. Hamilton was super fucking good. 100% recommend watching that. But yeah, I mean, that's really it for me from the past like month.
Nice.
Mark, I haven't heard you talk about yourself in a while. What's going on?
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Just working a bunch and then trying to figure out everything that's, I don't know, going on in my life. I haven't been playing too many games recently, but I guess I did play Rocket League yesterday. So that was definitely a shit ton. Really fun. What else have I played? I guess I played Session for a bit. As James was trying out his new favorite game.
Which one?
Is it Skater XL? Yeah. So, good old skating games. Wasn't anything too crazy. I played some City Skylines. That game's beautiful and
It is
definitely
fun.
relaxing.
Did you mod it at all? Have you dropped?
I'm getting there. I played through like 1 or 2 play sessions on modded, and then now I added a few to handle traffic a bit better. Because now my city's getting a bit bigger. So
That's where you start. Is traffic mods, and then 3 days later you're so angry because you've ruined your entire save because there's so many mods you've added to it that it causes your whole computer to just burn down and fucking shut off and fuck.
Need more dedicated wham for
Way
those
more
mods.
dedicated wham. Way more.
yeah, and that game's definitely known to chug whenever it gets like later game.
Well, that shit's
Like-
very processor heavy, isn't it?
Believe so.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot going
Not
on.
exactly sure.
A lot of number crunching in there, especially when you have like a bunch of traffic mods going on. I think it's easy being a traffic officer. Sir. It's
It ain't.
not.
I played some Destroy All Humans. We put out their remake on the 28th, 24th.
You liking it?
Same.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same game. If you played it whenever you played the original one, you'll definitely like this one. Or if you like the first one, you'll definitely like this one. Has the same nostalgic factor. It's a little bit slower than I remember, but that's kind of how a lot of remakes tend to be, unless they're like total remakes or remasters. I don't know what's the right word.
I would say remaster or no
Yeah, remake.
remake. I feel like is a better term for like that would be like Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 3. Those
Yeah.
are, I would say remakes. They're built from the ground up. While remaster would be like a Destroy All Humans or something like that, or the Tony Hawk ones.
Yeah, it's definitely a remaster, but it looks great. It plays great. I haven't had, I don't think, any bugs really. Like, the game's just kind of goofy by itself, so it's difficult to tell what are bugs and what aren't. But I haven't had anything game breaking, so at least that's a positive thing. Then also good old Death Stranding. That's still in there. Well, I'll beat it someday soon.
One of these days.
Yeah, you played much of it this week?
Maybe not this week. Maybe 4 hours or so this week.
Oh, so you built a road.
Yeah, or finished like 2 deliveries because that's what I'm at this point.
Now, in Death Stranding, I hear eventually you run into Conan O'Brien. Have you ran into Conan O'Brien yet?
Oh yeah, you run into Conan quick.
I put
do
in
you?
a screenshot of him in one of our discords.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's like very early in the game.
Yeah, he's a secondary character in the cosplayer shelter or what. I forget what they're called.
Well, I probably
been a
would have
while.
seen it, but I got this fucking random Gilgamesh guy floating around, giving me all kinds of anxiety. Wander around in those channels. Talk to strangers. That's cool.
If you're
I'm
interested
glad-
in
I'm
it,
glad-
I'll definitely check it out.
It's fantastic.
So everybody keeps saying that game is awesome.
You tend to spend all the time for that game.
That's what.
No,
Yeah.
you don't.
Isn't it? Didn't you say it was like
Nate,
50,
you
60
don't.
hours?
Yeah, it's
60
a
hours.
grind.
It's a hefty game, and that's if you don't want to do everything.
Yeah.
Does it have like all kinds of story quests and side missions, like in
Oh yeah.
what's that one game called? Skyrim. Maybe we'll go with that one.
Yeah, but they're laid out a bit differently.
Okay.
Like it isn't necessarily like side missions. Like they don't necessarily give you plot to it, but it's just like, hey, I am an ecobiologist and I have all of these microorganism samples. Deliver them to the main city across the way, and that's what you do. And that's the story. You're rebuilding America.
Rebuilding America.
Yeah, I mean
Patriotic
that's the
game,
best
huh?
way to say it, without like spoiling a lot of it.
So sick and tired of that too. That's now that's not on Game Pass or anything, right?
No.
It's only on PS4 and Steam and Epic.
Yeah, so it's a full price game, but
Worth it.
yeah, it's a Kojima game. So if you're familiar with how those are, you'll probably like it.
Okay.
Good
But yeah.
old Genius Kojumbo.
That's all I got for my week.
Cool.
How about you, Jeff?
Well, been pretty eventful for the most part. Pushing buttons. A lot of Pokemon again. Goddamn that game. In Pokemon Go, it sucks me in. It's like a vortex. You ever see the anime Vampire Hunter D?
Yeah.
Okay, Bloodlust. I'm talking about Bloodlust. Know which one I'm
Heard
talking
it,
about?
haven't seen it.
First off, you guys need to see that anime. It's definitely top tier. The story from when was it? If anybody would know, I would expect James to know. How old is the original series of that? Like 80s?
I thought like later 80s, early 90s.
Okay. And then
it was around the time of like the Dragon Balls, your
right.
Rurouni Kenshins, your original Hajime no Ippos, that kind of stuff.
Right. And then Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust came out closer to like 2004.
Yeah.
Okay. First off, Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust is a beautiful, beautiful movie. And you know what's really fun is when you start using an analogy and then you forget what the hell you were even using the analogy for. Oh, about how Pokemon. So one of the things he has is he has. All right. Also, what's the other anime that used to be on Adult Swim, with the wolf guy in it?
Inuyasha?
Inuyasha. That dude that had the hand that would suck in everything.
Yeah, it scared me as a kid.
That is what happens when I start playing Pokemon Go. Except I'm the one being sucked into it. So Pokemon Go Fest was this last weekend. And because of Dave, which is the hyper adult term we use for the Roan, they didn't have it at the location they usually do. Usually they have it at a place where you have to actually get a plane. Me?
Super nut.
Yeah, that was used super nutting all over the place.
Really? The mic
They
cut
didn't
out?
have it.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, because of, you know what it was? It's because I used the word Dave, and Roan at the same
You got
time.
cut out real quick.
Yeah.
That was quick.
The internet gods were like, no. So because of that, they didn't have it at the one location they usually do. They usually have it at at a place where you have to actually get like a plane ticket to go to. Instead, what they did was they made it. Are you serious?
Dead fucking ass.
This microphone is supposed to be super sensitive and obnoxiously so, and it's cutting out all crazy. All right. So, anyways, instead of having it at one location like they usually do, it was like an event you had to get a ticket for. I do see it.
Keeps happening.
I was just waiting for it. I think Walker had exactly the same issue with his mic too. Whenever he had
Yeah.
Really?
what's it called? A
Just-
Yeti. Yeah.
Yeah, just when he was
Oh.
trying to talk. Right. I was doing fine until just a minute ago. Anyways,
Yeah.
so they have it as an event instead of to have it as an event instead of having it as an event in the phone as far as a list of things to do and whatnots. So they did. I know I'm all distracted now because I'm looking at the screen waiting for it to cut out all crazy. Okay. All right, focus. Anyways, I know, it's coming. So that's what I did on last weekend. Was the Pokemon Go Fest, which actually was pretty good. I had some fun. Got myself a couple shinies, as they say. I got my cousin playing. What is happening? Truth. Let me close some of this stuff out.
That is the term we use whenever people cut out for our viewers.
Yeah, when our mics cut out.
G listeners will remember this sound.
Right? So anyways, Pokemon Go Fest, had a great time. Got a bunch of stuff. It was a good time. I had my cousin with me. Got him playing now. The addiction grows. From there, we went ghost hunting. Legitimate ghost hunting. Yeah, we went on a ghost tour thing. It was pretty cool. Out in Northeast, there's a bowling alley. And apparently it's haunted. I'm getting so agitated by that. Why, though?
We didn't hear that at all. We went ghost hunting.
Yep.
And...
Oh, it seems like it might be a tiny bit of a network
Yeah,
issue.
we
Any
oh.
breakdown over here.
Try
Anyways,
switching it to a different mode, maybe. I don't know.
well, I see that the Discord's even like stuttering a little bit. It seems to do it when seem to be having a connection thing. I don't know. We'll keep going and see what happens. But apparently, there's a bowling alley out in Northeast that's haunted, and we went there. And it says the green ring around my fucking thing is on. All right, I'm on.
It was just. It was just silent. He was like, "And we went there." Oh.
All right.
Oh, I'm so.
I hate this thing. Always something. Every week, it's something. Never
Why don't you
ends.
stop the fucking windscreen first off?
I don't think it's the windscreen, bro. Why would that cause like a connection?
I don't think it's doing any favors.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Sounds more like thing.
There.
Ooh.
There. Oh, I just took it out. We're free. What is it? What is it when you're barebacking it?
Free balling?
No, I'm barebacking it now.
Little free balling.
So, anyways, so we went on a ghost tour, and it was dope. And my uncle and aunt, apparently my uncle is the ghost whisperer, because I'm watching your faces. It's hard for me, because I'm waiting for you guys to start laughing, because you can't hear me again. But apparently my uncle's the ghost whisperer, and all kinds of weird stuff was happening. They had all these electro gizmos and gadgets, and they were going off when we would ask questions, and they're like, all right, so, you know, did Colonel Mustard did it in the study with a lamp, and the little, if so, make it red, and the green light would, you know, go up to red. And I don't know, it was pretty cool, man. Eerie something. I'll post a link at some point to what it is, because it was a fun time. But other than that, played a little more of the Sea of Thieves, which is always a good time, and Grounded with you guys, which I see you posted a video. I haven't had a chance to watch that yet. But that has been my week in a cut up mustard way.
Not too red.
Oh, and then I started going to the gym. So just wait. I'm gonna be all muscles. You wait. Soon here, I'm gonna be so muscled that I can't even turn my head.
You're gonna have to owl it.
Yeah. What?
Turn the entire body.
Yes. That's what I'm going for. I'll be there
Bouncers
soon
gonna
enough.
ask you if they can come in.
So, can I get past you? You're like, make me. I'm gonna need to see your ID.
Your ID. Let's see. I think that was yeah, I'm pretty sure that's about all I did this week. I don't know if I think of anything. I'll chime in later.
All right.
Yeah.
That's usually what I do.
Yeah.
So it's completely acceptable.
Okay, how about you? How was your week, bro? What have you been up to?
My week has been filled with ups and downs,
Mm-mm.
turnarounds, and terrifying fucking spiders.
What? Why spiders?
So I played a few games this week. I didn't play Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, I know why.
Let's go with the goods. So I played Cyber Hunter with good old Nate up here. And boy howdy, I think we made at least 10 kids break their iPhones.
Probably. Absolutely.
At least
We
10.
fucking demolished them.
How many dubs did we get?
6, I believe.
6. That's in quads. That's not including the 3 or 4 that I got by myself. Just straight up Dub City, baby. Yo, I'm just waiting for the phone call from like FaZe Clan or something. I'm just waiting for it.
For Cyber Hunter.
Cyber Hunter, dude, I take it, man. So got the dubs in that. I watched a lot of the show Food Wars, or as I like to call it, hey, do you like orgasms with your food? Master Chef Edition. So Food Wars, because you guys don't really know anything about it, because I've been very cryptic about it when sending you those screenshots, those very lewd screenshots from the show, is an anime about cooking. Go figure, right? It's about this dude who's like, hey, I'm a good cook. I'm gonna run my family business. And then his dad's like, no, you're not, because our family business is shutting down for a few years. Go to this really prestigious cooking school for 3 years during high school, and go away while I go travel the world and cook. So then main pro tag boy runs around and meets secondary characters, all of which either A, want to fuck him, or B, want to fuck his food, or C, both.
God, man.
So it is a shonen anime through and through. This is manly boy show about cooking. There's a goddamn tournament arc that I'm in the middle of. A tournament arc in a cooking show. Y'all ever see Iron Chef? It's basically Iron Chef.
Cool.
And I don't even want to call it an anime. I just want to call it food porn, because there's just so much. They make the food look delicious, which I guess is the point of it. But that's like the
Even
main
as a
centerpiece of
cartoon
it, is
form?
just the food looking delicious, and I'm watching this and I go, damn, I want to try that. I'm gonna make that, and then I don't. I ended up eating like a hot pocket or something.
This is probably why you
But no,
dropped
Food
that
Wars,
meme.
fantastic. One season, 24 episodes is on Netflix. The rest, the other 5 seasons or 4 seasons, you have to watch on Crunchyroll. So that's where I moved over to. Better translation too, in my opinion. But let's
what?
talk about the bad that happened this week. I don't like the game Grounded. I don't like it.
You don't
I
like
don't know
it?
what it is.
Not for the reasons that you guys might think. It controls solid. It's fun to play. I fucking hate the spiders. All right, Nate. So are
What
you
is
familiar?
Grounded?
You're
Are
only
you not
human.
familiar with the concept of Grounded?
Yeah, they're
What do you mean?
terrifying.
Have you ever seen the movie? This is probably, I think I know the answer to this. But have you ever seen the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yes.
I am shocked. Okay, so think of it
What?
as. So think of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids only as a survival game. Where you
Yeah.
have to craft resources and build a base.
And like
Jeff,
Ark.
you missed us building a base. We built a pretty nice base.
You did? You built a
Is this
base?
a free game?
It's on
with
Game Pass.
Game Pass, yeah.
No.
Yeah,
No,
what?
Jeff, we can't.
With Game Pass,
You're
it
talking, we
is.
can't hear you, bud.
Nothing.
No.
Empty.
I'm literally seeing the green ring
Zonk.
around my.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
oh.
it pops in from time to time.
Yeah, I'm
And then
literally
just-
seeing the green ring. It's
Hey.
Discord, bro.
Hey.
It is Discord because like it's showing
Yeah,
up
no, it was
fine in
showing it up.
OBS and green around the faceplate. I don't know.
Well, you're here now.
This is probably why I threw this mic across the room a long time ago and stopped
It's probably
using it.
not the mic.
It's probably not the mic.
I know.
Oh,
This
it's
probably
Probably like the high priority packet setting or whatever,
In Discord itself.
or encoder or whatever. Who knows? We'll fuck with it.
Yeah. I forget what I didn't even.
But yeah, I've never even heard of Grounded.
So it's by Obsidian, the people that made
Okay.
games nothing like this.
Yeah.
Nighttime fucking sucks. Nighttime, negative tier, F tier. Negative F tier.
It's brutal. It's well,
All
they
right,
follow the
so-
Minecraft sort of thing.
Yeah, except Minecraft doesn't have super icky dicky spiders.
Okay.
So these are hyper realistic, disgusting looking fucking spiders. And I have severe arachnophobia.
Feels.
Even the arachnophobia mode, because it has an arachnophobia mode that it has a little slider from 0 to 5. 0 is fuck this. 1 is fuck this. 2 is they made it worse. 3 is holy shit, they managed to make it worse.
What do they do?
5, they get rid of like appendages. They get rid of the fangs. And like it just makes it look so grotesque and
Ugh.
disgusting. And 5, the mode that you're supposed to put on if you're a baby bitch like me, who does not like 8-legged things, and thinks they should just get off of our planet.
Yeah.
It's more horrifying than with it turned off. Or
Really?
even as horrifying. Yeah. It's so. Imagine this. All right, you're walking along at night, and it's pitch black. You can't see anything. And then all of a sudden, you see 2 red eyes just start walking towards you. And then you're just like, uh-oh, this doesn't look good. And then you take out your torch. And it's 2 white blobs mashed together, floating in midair, making a sound.
What the hell?
At least when it's, hey, there's fucking like 18 million eyes that are glowing bright red, and I could see the appendages. The tendrils, if you will. I know to get the fuck away.
Yeah.
But this is like... my brain cannot comprehend that this is actually a thing. This... God made this as a mistake.
That's
Yeah,
horrifying.
Grounded. Pretty fun. I absolutely hate it. Daytime, well, I don't even know. Daytime, man, fuck worker ants, am I right, guys? That's a nice little Grounded joke right there.
Fuck worker ants. What?
Ants are the worst. So, Jeff, this is after you got off and after I stopped streaming. But we're building our base. We're having a gay old time. Me, Mark, and Walker. Having fun. Then we look outside and there's this, like, 800 goddamn ants.
Yeah,
Just
they're
busting through our walls and then getting stuck. It wasn't a good time.
Why? Why was all of that happening? What was attracting the ants to your base?
Oh, wasn't there something hanging out there? There's another insect that they were aggro to.
think so.
Probably a ladybug or something.
No, it was another squad of icky enemies.
How much time do you have put into that game?
A few hours.
Yeah, a few hours, I would say.
Okay.
Because we played probably for another, like, what would you say, like 2 hours, 2.5 hours
Yeah.
after Jeff got off?
Did you play a lot other than that over the course of the week?
Not at all.
Okay.
Played a few hours by myself.
Oh, I'm too much of a bitch baby to do that by myself.
I got through the intro and the part where you get right outside the base where you meet the spiders for the first time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a scripted thing because it definitely happened to me. But you know what happened to me in my playthrough? They actually got through the door. Yeah, it was quite an experience. And then
Whoa.
I got myself glitched out of the lab and then broke out of the map. It was cool.
All right, so to put that into context, we were playing, and we get to this underground base. This is mainly for Nate right here. We get to this underground base, and we're exploring. It's dead of night. We just got done being chased by spiders. Walker's fucked off somewhere. We don't even know where he went.
That
We just see
sounds
his
about
name floating.
right. Off in the fucking distance.
So it's me, Mark, and Jeff hanging out at the doorway to
Oh
the
yeah,
outside,
this part.
where there's like, how many was there? Like 3-4 spiders just camped
Yeah.
outside of that door. One of them was like trying to get in, but it was too fat. It was too chunky to get in. So it was just like you just see arms and appendages and fangs.
Yeah, just
And then Walker dropped.
clipping through
Tried
the.
to-
Yeah, there's a couple issues in that game.
I 100% agree. That part was super terrifying.
Yeah,
Because like I went out, one of you guys ran out and you were like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna yeet it. I'm gonna go out." Because I think Walker died. Didn't he die down
Walker
the hill
died.
a little bit? And then
Yeah,
it was, I think it was you that was like, "I'm gonna go get him," and then you ran
He went
out.
swimming.
Oh, is that what you went?
Yeah, I thought you went swimming, and
Who,
I was
me
like,
or
"Fuck
him?"
that shit." James.
No,
Oh, okay.
well, I remember you leaving, Mark. You left. I think you tried to.
Somebody
revive
left and
Walker,
died.
and then you dropped too. And
I think
me
that's
and
when
Jeff
you and I were
just-
like, we started to peek out. That's right. We both tried to run out and like, all right, let's see what we can do. And like the moment we ran out, we turn around and look up and like,
There's a bunch of them.
it's
Yeah,
like,
there was a shit ton.
I guess there might
Ugh.
be like a nest there somewhere.
Yeah, I believe that's where they spawn. Is always on the tree.
it's terrifying. It's like
And
crawling.
then
it
if
was
you go
like-
underneath, there's like a shit ton of spiders too.
really,
Yep.
I didn't know there's a bunch of spiders underneath too.
Oh yeah, I met a bunch of baby spiders while I was fucking off during my run.
Baby spiders?
Oh yeah, there's baby spiders.
Are they aggressive?
Oh yeah, they are. They're super aggressive. They're easy to kill, but man, are they aggressive.
So does it
Oh.
appear
Also,
that you can tame
spiders are
anything?
Spiders are also super hard to kill. Stupid
Who-
hard to kill.
Who would
They
have
are.
guessed?
They're your boss monsters.
Does it look like does it appear to give you the ability to tame any of these bugs?
I don't think so.
So either so far,
I definitely
Yeah, I
don't
don't
tame a
know.
spider.
you do or don't.
We cool as shit though.
Not at all.
Maybe that's how you conquer your fear.
Yeah, then you
Uh-uh.
make friends and then
Uh-uh.
bond.
Uh-uh.
You
No,
could be
no.
like Jeff from Billy and Mandy.
No. Yeah, it's just I'm Billy, goddammit. I'm gonna kill that spider. That's my son. My spider son.
You
Dad.
could be the Spider-Man.
The spider dad.
Haven't you always wanted to be a Spider-Man?
Nah. You obviously man
What?
spider.
I don't even think Peter Parker wanted to be Spider-Man.
No, literally no one wanted to be Spider-Man.
Then he just
Oh,
They
got
were just
bit.
giving it.
Then he was just like, "Fuck, all right."
Guess I'm a Spider-Man now.
Good old
Uh,
Spider-Mans.
Yeah, so Grounded. Fuck that game. It's pretty good. Go play it.
There's a lot of bugs.
Yeah, a lot of bug. Haha.
And it crashes a lot.
I see what you did there. Oh yeah, it crashes. Well, for you and Walker, it crashes all the time. You sneeze and the game crashes. While me, I'm like, this game works perfectly fine. What are you guys talking about?
No.
One thing I forgot to mention about Food Wars. They say the word umami a lot.
Umami.
They're like, oh, the umami is so intense. Oh, you can measure this. You can measure the umami here. Oh, it's like a fucking, unit of measurement.
Okay,
The
I was just about
umami
to ask.
in the seaweed mixed with the umami in the soy sauce just brings it all together. Oh!
It's not even a real
There's this
word.
There's this one old guy who is the headmaster of the school, and when he eats delicious food, he just goes bare-chested, just randomly. And one of the scenes, he goes bare-chested and he gets pissed because he went bare-chested without even posing. That's how good the food was.
It's not even a real word. It's like the word "fooly cooly."
Yeah.
It's just like a filler word.
Pretty much.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk about the last bad thing so I can get this off my chest.
Okay.
I played a little game called Skater XL.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't amazing?
What?
It wasn't amazing?
It is the worst game that I've played of 2020 so far.
Oh,
It is absolutely atrocious. I cannot believe I spent $40 on this shit.
ew.
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Did you
So-
play more than 2 hours of it?
Oh, yeah. Well, I got it on a PS4, so I can't even return it.
Mm.
So, where do I even begin with Skater XL? Well, why don't we start with the character models? Hey, you guys remember Tony Hawk's Underground, right?
Yeah.
Did you like the models in that?
I mean, back in the
I
day,
don't
sure.
remember.
Yeah, how would you like that in your $40 PlayStation 4 title?
I'd be upset.
Yeah, I'm very upset. Um, hey, you guys remember Skate?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of the Skate series?
The skating.
Hey,
Yeah.
guess what? The skating fucking sucks in this. I could see what they're doing here. Your left analog stick controls your left foot, your right analog stick controls your right foot. So, you're skating regular stance, you use the right analog stick to kick up the board, and then the left analog stick to, like, kick it in different directions. One problem, though. You can't use the left analog stick to turn. You use the shoulder, you use, like, R2 and L2. I don't like that at all. Give me a use an analog stick to control feature. What's another thing you guys liked about Skate?
I liked being able to get off the board.
Yeah, you can't get off the board.
Ugh. I liked hitting people with the board. Well, that was
Yeah,
under...
there's- Yeah, that was underground. Well, hey, did you like seeing the people walk around the city and stuff in Skate?
Yeah.
And the cars driving by?
Yeah.
There's none of that.
I don't know.
It is an empty wasteland.
What
It's
about the
almost like-
size of the map?
What size of the map? I play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 maps that are bigger than some of the maps. There
Oh,
is
God.
no shit. One map called Downtown LA. You start off in a little enclosed area, and there's like that. There really isn't much to do in, and there's like places that you could skate out of that area. And the first time that I played that map, I thought I glitched the game because there's this wide open area to just explore. While the other maps in it, like the courthouse or the courthouse steps, I could probably skate from one end of the map to the other in 15 seconds, 20 seconds. Let's be generous here.
Let's be generous here.
So it's very small. All the maps are very small, and there's like no real good places to pull off some cool combos. Downtown LA is pretty good. It's a pretty good map. A lot of places too. It just makes me want to play Skate. That's all this game does. It's just make me want to play Skate because Skate does this only 100 times better.
So it makes you want to play a good game.
Ali says, "How dare you? You're not a real gamer. Skate is the best game in 2020. Change his mind."
I feel like if you listen to my conversation here,
You'll change your mind.
So, another thing that's wrong with Skater XL is going back to Tony Hawk's Underground. Y'all remember the PlayStation 2 era, the 7th generation of the 6th generation of consoles? You remember having to wait like 18 hours for things to load up?
Those were the days.
Yeah, they're back, baby.
Huh.
They're back in Skater XL. To load up a map, which I will give it this, can take, I would say, about 45 seconds to load up a map. 45 seconds to a minute. Pretty long time to load. but not unheard of in a vast open world. But everything is loaded in at once, so I can kind of forgive it for that. But one thing I cannot forgive it for is the load times to just change outfits.
Oof.
To get into the menu, to select your one created character, and to change their shirt can take about a minute and a half. Because of the fucking loading screens. Because of the loading. Also, that's if you're even able to get into the character select screen. Because I have had on many occasions, the game just shit all over itself. Because I selected a character. I tried to select my character to change their outfit. To get a fucking trophy. So now I'm on the hunt to get the platinum trophy in this game. Oh, also the game fucking stops for a second every time it switches songs, which is cool.
What?
God, I fucking remember playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 on my Nintendo 64. Jesus Christ. But yeah, every time it would just stop. The game would stop. Legit stop. To load up the new song. I also... God, where was I going from? God, there's just so much. There's too much to talk. This game makes me want to make another review. Makes me want to review this. Oh, I'm going for the Platinum Trophy now. The Platinum Trophy. So I'm trying to get all the trophies in this game. That, I don't think that's going to happen, Chief.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I got all but 2.
Okay.
Not including the actual Platinum Trophy. One is called Indestructible, where you have to bail 1,000 times. Okay, easy enough. I found a nice little spot that I could just fall through the world. I could just spawn in, fall through the world. So, I could just let the game run. The other one is called Around the World, and I'm not talking about the Daft Punk song. Around the World means you have to skate, it's like 40,000 kilometers? However the distance to make it around the world is. People out there who are much smarter than me have done some math. Done a lot of maths involved with this. They have found that if you wanted to do that trophy, if you were to leave your PlayStation or Xbox on 24 hours a day, it would take you roughly, and everything is perfect, no fuck-ups, no none of that stuff. It would take you, in the most optimum route, about 113 days to get this trophy.
It's a lot of gameplay.
Yeah.
It's a lot of grind.
If you never turn your system off?
If you never turn your system off, and everything works perfectly.
Everything would break.
There is one spot in the game. Well, there's 2 spots, but one's the most optimal way of getting it, where it's on this map called Big Ramp.
Alright.
Spoiler alert, it's got a big fucking ramp in it.
Got a big ramp.
So you slide
That's
down
it.
the ramp, and you go out of bounds, and you keep skating, you keep scooting around, keep scooting until you hit a visible wall, and then you wipe out.
It's
Now,
obnoxious.
the game likes to do this fun, very fun thing. And I'm not talking about when I try to goddamn ollie, the bottom of the board sticks into the ground and I wipe out. Or how I phase through fences sometimes when I'm trying to grind them. Or, just my board just disappears. Those are all neat. This one is even more infuriating because I'm trying, goddammit, I'm trying to play this game. I'm trying to cheese it so I can get this fucking trophy and make this $40 feel like it's worth something. I got my money's worth out of it. It does this really cool thing where you'll just be skating along. If you just leave the controller be, you might not go in the right direction. There's RNG elements to just setting the fucking controller down and letting it roll. Oh, hey, maybe he just didn't get enough air and that he's, Maybe you just didn't get enough air, so you smack into the side of the this half pipe and then just fall down, and you don't wipe, you don't crash, you don't bail, so you're just sitting there.
That
standing.
sounds hard.
Yeah, even though your character did the exact same thing 50 goddamn times in a row because you sat there and watched it. You babysat that son of a bitch, and then you decide to go to bed, maybe to catch up on a little bit of sleep that you're not getting because you're playing this fucking game that's a piece of shit, and it's keeping you up at night because you make bad decisions, and makes you think about all your other bad decisions you ever made.
So tell me how you feel.
Only to wake up the next morning to your character just fucking standing there, not moving. And then you start panicking. Well, fuck, how long was this on for? How long did this stay like this? Oh god, how many hours of gameplay did I possibly lose? I'm trying to get this trophy. That's all I want, game. Just give me the fucking trophy. So Skater XL, pretty good game. Buy it. No, don't buy it. It's a piece of shit. It's,
Please, no.
like I said, it's the worst fucking game. If this game was $20, I would be able to forgive it. I would be able to forgive a lot of things. But this is version 1.0.
Yeah, it's not an alpha.
It's not early access. I would be able to forgive it if it was $40 in an early access. This is a full release game from a studio that asks you for $40 fucking dollars.
On
What's the
PlayStation
studio?
4.
And on Steam. And on Xbox.
Wild.
This is a game that came out at almost full price. And it is a buggy piece of shit.
I don't know where game companies get off
inexcusable.
releasing such buggy content.
And
It's
it
like
was
Who's the
something
publisher? Who's the developer?
Deadlines, yeah, I don't know.
Team Reptile.
I just
think.
fail to see how it's such an acceptable practice these days. It's like, imagine if you went to a say you go to Burger King and your favorite thing in the whole world is just a simple cheeseburger, add the XL sauce, maybe some bacon, right? And you get it every single time. For some people, hold the pickles, hold the onions, right? And add the cheese, and hold the Burger King foot fungus. And you ask them specifically to hold the Burger King foot fungus. It's not that complicated. It's not that hard to do that, to refrain from putting it on the sandwich, and yet they do it every time. Do you think that if there was a restaurant out there, well, you guys have seen Hell's Kitchen.
It's fucking raw.
He goes there and he fucking starts throwing shit and flipping tables.
Sandwich.
Yeah,
That's the perfect analogy.
that
The
is
game is fucking raw.
it's terrible. Like, I don't understand how game developers can how are you able to get away with this so odd? Is it just because we let them? Have we, as a society, as a gaming culture, become accustomed to mediocre cuckery that they put out these days that's unfinished? Like, you shouldn't be glitching through the world in a game that's done.
I mean, they tend to fix things.
Yeah, but when you spend
40
$40 on a game that they put their thing on there that says this is a finished product. This game is we deem this worthy to fully release it. Then
So
there's no fucking excuse.
Like, I can understand if it happened every
100%
once in a
agree,
while, but
also
like, it's
on, like,
or if it's some crazy weird, like, you gotta fucking move the controller in a certain way and like jump on a certain spot, spinning around a couple times, and then this weird glitch thing happens. But like, for it to happen on simple things too is just.
I guess my question is, like, this game is like clearly not finished, correct?
It is not finished. No,
And
this
it's
seems
not
like
just a simple case of like something like Anthem as to where it just didn't work. Because I forgive games that just don't work the way they were supposed to, because it didn't pan out that way. But if a game is blatantly not done, that's a different story.
Yeah, I feel like this game is in early access still, but they slapped version 1.0 on it.
Interesting.
Like,
I
this
don't
needs
know.
so much more polish.
It's just
Because
becoming
I
too
thought,
common
like,
of a
even
practice.
with Anthem's faults, if you get past a lot of that, it's a clean game for the most part. Like it's pretty. Like I know Anthem. The only reason I'm using Anthem is because that was like the most recent giant flop. But like even like No Man's Sky, it didn't work, and then they fixed it, and then it worked.
Well, I think No Man's Sky's problem was the same thing with Skater, because it's like it didn't feel like a fully finished game.
Well, No Man's Sky, as far as I know, like besides like the multiplayer and shit, and besides like the couple of the things they added in, it was that game. Obviously they promised more, but
yeah, Peter Molyneux did.
Yeah. Yeah, they overpromised it a lot, and I know they've changed it quite a bit. Like,
what game are we talking about now?
No Man's Sky.
Okay. Yeah,
Pretty much every time I try and play that game, it's like, oh, well, you haven't played it in a bit. Let's start again. It's like, great.
Sweet.
Great.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Yeah, but I mean, at least I build another base every time. So it's a different experience every time I play it. Like, it's definitely a lot better for new players. Like before, it was just kind of thrown together, and I still enjoyed it because I figured it out. But it's a lot more polished now, a lot more of a complete game.
But yeah, Skater XL sounds like a terrible time.
Hey, if you guys ever want to play it,
Give it a few years.
if you ever want to play it, just let me know. I can.
Well, that's how they get away with it. Is they just
share my pain.
I don't want to share your pain with unfinished games. God, that's so annoying.
Well,
but I guess you know what you're getting when you buy it, though, when it's unfinished.
Yeah. At least you know when you're seeing, when you see the early access, you know that you're not getting a finished game.
Right.
You're not getting a finished product. You're getting the hope that one day it'll get finished.
Yeah.
Well, that's my week.
That was a long ass week.
Yeah. Well, it didn't help that my blood pressure went up at least 80 points. Talking about Skater XL.
Yeah.
All right.
So we got news, boys.
Well, hold on. Well, no, you haven't really been here, so you don't remember the flow of things. Let's talk. Let's give a big old shout out to our patrons. Hey, Mark, where can you become a member of the Lockpick Nation?
It's patreon.com/levelandlock podcast.
There you go.
Hey.
Massive shout out to Morgan and Jeffrey for continuing on with with your enhancing your lockpick skills.
Yes.
Being the true MVPs here.
The real OGs. Let's get into some news, shall we? All right, raise of hands. Who has some news?
I have news in regards to only one thing.
I mean, I guess I have like a little tiny smidget of news.
All right, who wants to go first? It doesn't matter.
I mean, I can go first because mine
Alright,
will
you go
be like 5 seconds. So,
Pixel 4a
Google
released.
Google announced the Pixel 5 and the 4a 5G at $500. So I mean, that's pretty cool. A 5G phone at $500. That's actually really cheap considering everyone's raising their prices of their phones by like $300 to $400 because of the 5G chips. But yeah, I watched a review of it earlier, and it looks like a Pixel. It's not exciting. Google's not doing anything exciting anymore.
Nothing new, nothing fancy.
They don't want so their mantra currently seems to be, "Hey, make the phone, but don't give a fuck about anything besides the camera."
Well, I mean, that's their bread and butter, especially with their
I get that, but the phone themselves seem to like Marquise Brownlee was like, it's boring, it's plain.
Every phone's boring and plain nowadays.
I disagree. Like, even like
the goddamn 90s.
I'd say
phones were interesting.
With like some of the extremes and like the redesigns of Samsung doing, and then Apple going, obvious. Like a lot of people are going to be like, oh, they're just going back. But like, I think bringing square sides, a square phone into 2020 is like a really big thing because it's kind of bringing a retro design into the future. I'm personally cool with that. I like that a lot. But like, even the Pixel 4 was like kind of a cool looking phone. but the Pixel 5 looks super lame, and the Pixel 4a
They didn't
looks
show off the
super
5
lame.
yet.
We have an actual picture. We have quite a few pictures of the actual back. I can't imagine they're gonna do anything crazy with the front of it besides
I
have
just want to. I want to know what's in it.
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
far I mean,
It's
they
a
said
big
they're
thing
not
for
gonna
me.
put any crazy chip in it. It's not gonna be a flagship chip. It's probably gonna be a 65 or a 75 more than likely. 55. 55. Yeah. One of the older chipsets from like the S10 series. They said they weren't putting a new chipset in it because they're mainly focusing on keeping price point and camera.
Got you.
I don't know. I just wish they would do something. They're Google. Shouldn't they do something cool?
You think?
Yeah, they tried to do something cool and then they killed off.
Yeah.
They didn't kill
See,
off
I've
Stadia yet.
I've heard no, but give it time. Give it another 6 months.
I think the Pixel phone is really their focus on the operating system more than anything else. It's like, hey, we're gonna give a phone with absolute stock Android that doesn't have the greatest of spec, doesn't have the greatest of batteries, but is able to size up with the rest of the phones that are out there.
Yeah.
So it's just Google trying to sell themselves.
It's kind of like what Apple and Microsoft are doing. Like with Microsoft doing with their Surface line of stuff, where it is, you're spending an arm and a leg for underpowered stuff, but it's kind of optimized perfectly for Windows 10. Same with
Right.
Apple, with especially like their computers, where it's under spec, but it's optimized for everything on there.
That's why you have like when you compare like an i3 like MacBook to like an i5, just HP, the MacBook, depending what you're doing, could outperform it because it's
Exactly.
properly optimized and it functions better.
Bingo.
Like I get that. I don't know, like I like seeing cool new things and like designs I haven't seen before. And you gotta have some form of eye candy to keep like it's not even shiny. It's just super dull and boring looking. Like mainly I'm talking about the 4A. It's super matte. And it just
4A is all
looks
plastic.
like it looks old. It's weird. Like and the screen apparently isn't super impressive.
It's impressive for the 350 price point.
Well, the
I've read nothing
4A
but
is the 4A
incredible-
5G is the 500.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but rave reviews for the 4A.
We'll see when it comes out. I don't know. I think the battery life's the most impressive thing for the price point. I thought that was I thought it was a decent battery. I can't remember.
Bigger battery than the 4.
Yeah. So I
Much
mean
bigger.
that's cool. I don't know. I'm hoping the Pixel 5 does something neat, like have a really dope camera. And then there's still the possibility Google releases their like giant fish, because there's still one code name that isn't released yet. Because I think we found out Redfin, and I think we found out there's another one, Sunfish. I think both of those we found out because that was the 4A and the 5. I think there was one more that John Redinger was talking about of having this like Mac Daddy kind of fucking Pixel phone, kind of like how the Ultra is. But we'll see. I hope they do something cool. Apple's been super quiet. The one person I usually watch for that, I think he's dead. I don't know. John Prosser kind of fell off the face of the earth. But yeah, that's all I really got, I guess.
Mark, you want to talk about your stuff? Jeff, you want to talk about your stuff? Don't matter to me. You want me to talk about my stuff?
Yeah, don't matter to me none. Clicking buttons.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I got a few things. I'm usually pretty quick. Whatever. So Sea of Thieves put out a new update this previous week. So there's actually a shit ton of stuff that happened into it. They added the Ashen Winds. So it's a good old fire tornado where you can meet Ashen Woods and Skeleton Captains, and then get good old Ashen Wind Skulls, which can also function as flamethrowers apparently. I haven't tried it, but apparently you can make some money off of them or use them to burn people. There's a bunch of stuff in the Pirate Emporium, so if you want to spend some more money, there's stuff there, bundles that you can buy, it seems.
Nice.
They supposedly fixed mermaids, so who knows?
Fixed mermaids. What was wrong with the
Yeah, I
mermaids?
mean, pretty much every update they try and fix mermaids because, like, you're supposed to jump in the water and then a mermaid's supposed to appear to take you back to your boat, but a lot of times that doesn't always happen. So, yeah, they supposedly fixed it. Well, it seems okay right now. Who knows? I have to play it a little bit more. And then a shit ton of general gameplay improvements. So, a bunch of stuff with Arena. They added Polish and Korean. So if you ever want to play it in those languages, there you go. Here's your time. Yeah, and just a bunch of general updates. I would check out their changelog because it's a hefty list of stuff. Microsoft announced that they're redesigning their new Xbox store. And it looks a lot more Metro, so similar to their Xbox app on the PC. It kind of follows the same sort of style, but more of a TV-based sort of UI. Major Nelson did a really big stream on it earlier this week, talking about. Yeah, I was surprised that dude's still around, but
I know. I haven't heard him. I haven't heard him doing anything in Fox since the 360 era.
yeah, apparently he does like podcasting and stuff. So, this sort of thing where he talks about what's new on Xbox. So there's a new redesign coming around. It's going to be going to insiders, I believe, later this quarter, and then instituted whenever the new console comes out, I believe. So if I hear more about it, I'll let you know. See if I have anything else more interesting before this. No, I guess this is my last thing.
Okay.
So there's been I don't know too much about this because it's super dense, I'm not gonna lie. But there was a paper from the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, and the University of Kentucky, actually a bunch of medical schools, that used a supercomputer to try to determine the causes of Dave.
Oh.
They actually wrote a paper on the mechanism and therapeutic models on Dave and possible medications because they found a possible source of it. You can find the paper on eLife. It's written by Mike R. Garvin, called a mechanistic model and therapeutic interventions for Dave involving RES medicated brachian storms.
Just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it's a very thick ass article. It's very, very scientific and stuff. But the TLDR that I got it from is, oh gosh, there's a bunch to it. But they're pretty much finding a way that Dave interacts with your lungs and why that stuff is happening to your lungs and why you're having so many different side effects and things that are happening with it. So they figured out, or at least supposedly figured out, the thing that's causing all of the issues with people's lungs. So there's no clinical trials, at least at this point, but they're already in touch with groups who are considering testing these new findings and finding new therapies and treatments. So just figured I'd share.
Nice.
Good old supercomputers doing their thing.
Supercomputers fighting Dave.
Now that was everybody. Wasn't that the one where they were asking everybody to volunteer their extra GPU performance to it or something?
I actually don't believe so.
You don't think that's
I believe this was like a bunch of schools or a bunch of universities that did it.
I wonder whatever happened with the data that was collected or produced with what was the name of that project? Can't think of
Holding at home.
Holding it
Yeah,
home.
they wrote a bunch of papers about it. They post them on their GitHub.
They're
But
still using it for different research and stuff.
Yeah, I believe they primarily do protein folding, and it might be useful. It might not be. It's difficult to say. It's not really my specialty. But I know their GitHub has a lot of their research documents, and then their website is also very up to date on that sort of thing.
That's
So
cool.
that's where you check that out. That's all the news I got.
Groovy, groovy.
Jeff, you want to go?
Sure, I don't have anything really too special out there except for those that have a unhealthy addiction to the Pokemon Go like I do. And let's see how many times my microphone cuts out while I'm trying to go through this real fast.
Oh, I got the nut button ready.
Oh, I bet you do. Why wouldn't you have that thing ready to go? All right, so anyway, what we have going on is basically for this month. Last week, the Pokemon Go Fest last weekend went down, and it was a pretty good time. A lot of people in the local parks that I was at. So, it looks like we do have quite a bit of people in our little community here. However, apparently there were some problems with it. And that is where the Pokemon Makeup 2020 Makeup Day comes in. And this is going to happen on the 16th. So if anybody out there has acquired or got one of the Pokemon Go 2020 Fest tickets, beware, check your news section. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm about to sneeze any moment now. Pretty confident that's about to happen. There it is. Okay, so check your news, because in there you're going to find details as to an event that's happening on the 16th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for 3 hours. They're going to be bringing back 3 of the on the first day of Pokemon Go Fest, they did an event where every hour, rotating, they would go through a different element of, or different type. So like hour 1 was water Pokemon, hour 2 was fire Pokemon, 3 was friends or like normal Pokemon, metal. Every hour they would switch between those. So for the 3 hours on August 16th, they're going to be switching between I believe it was water, fire, and friends again, actually. I think is what it was. Water, fire, and friendship habitat hours will be appearing in the wild, with Incense will be more effective at attracting the featured Pokemon, and certain featured Pokemon will appear only when attracted by Incense. Gifts open can contain rare candies. The Incense activation during this will last an hour instead of a half an hour. But Sunday, August 16th. But this is only going to be available for those that had acquired one of those Pokemon Go Fest tickets. So, just seeing if there's anything else pertinent here. That's kind of it in a nutshell. Next Saturday, on the 8th, we have Magikarp Day, which some people might be excited about. I don't really care too much. It just means
useless day.
Yeah, there's going to be fish everywhere. I guess it's beneficial if you've been trying to acquire a shiny one, because it takes 400 every time you capture one of these Pokemon. You get 3 resources to evolve it, and I think it requires like 400 for Magikarp. So that's I suppose the benefit. But I'll tell you what, guys, if you haven't looked at that game in a long time, I would definitely maybe not check it out again, because it is so, bro, it is on such a different level than what it used to be. They got multiple tiers of league. They have the Great League, the Ultra League, and the Great League, the Master League, and the Ultra League, I believe is what it is. And it's based on combat power. And, for the longest time, you'd want your ratings to be the best. Well, as it turns out, like a perfect 15, 15, 15, 15 strength, or attack, HP, and stamina. Yeah, Captain is saying you do need 400 to get the Gyarados. So, like, say for instance, you want to fight in the Great League, which is 1500 combat power or less. It just requires way more skill than what people think, as far as like sorting through and figuring out which ones are worth keeping and which ones are not worth keeping. Because you can have I don't know, a Magikarp that's 15, 15, 15. But if you evolve it into a Gyarados, it pushes it past the 1500 point threshold. So you can't even fight in that 1500 point league with the Gyarados unless you pick a super low, combat power one, because when you evolve it, it boosts its combat power. But if it does, like, it's just a 15, 15, 15 will not produce a good number compared to like a 0, 15, 14. Turns out that stat combo is actually the best thing you can get, or the best one for a specific league. I don't know. There's just way more to it than what people think. Just look up IVs if you want to like dig into it a little bit just to see what I'm talking about. Look up Pokemon IVs or understanding how those work. What? Did I cut out?
Oh, get ready for a fucking read on EVs and IVs.
Yeah, on the IVs. It's pretty crazy. Like right now I have over 2,400 Pokemon in my Pokemon.
Sound like my girlfriend.
Does she play?
Yeah, she has like
raids
3,000 Pokemon.
Yeah. And then when you combine that with Pokegenie, it's like, it's definitely not enough time to cover in a quick little news section here, but maybe I'll make a video. That's what I should totally do. I can't turn James up anymore. James is up as loud as he can go. I've tried. So as far as news goes, let's backtrack a little bit. As far as news goes, presently going on is Dragon Week. So again, because of the Pokemon Go Fest, and during that event, they had quests that they were requiring the entire community to try to participate in. So it would be like use a candy on a, use a candy when you go to catch a Pokemon, or it would be throw 3 great throws or something like that. So because people successfully accomplished what they were asking to do, they have events every week for the next 4 weeks, I believe. This first week is Dragon Week, which runs from July 31st to August 7th. And for this period of time, you'll be able to scoop things like Gibble, Executor, the Alolan one. Rayquazas will be in 5-star raids. Just a lot of dragon type stuff popping up in the wild. Same with the August research breakthroughs. There's a chance you can actually scoop up a Scraggy in that one, which is a little lizard looking creature. I really wish there was at least one of you guys that played this with me.
I mean, I played Pokemon Shield.
You did join me when we went out the one day. Did you know that if you take your phone and you hook it up to a Switch and you go to the Alolan gym in Pokemon, I think Sword and Shield, whatever one you play on the Switch, if you go to the Alolan Pokemon Center or something, you have to do something in the Alola region. But when you link your phone to it, you actually get a gift. It's a secret box. And when you activate that secret box on your phone, it will actually trigger a Pokemon by the name of Molten to spawn. And you can get this box. It has a refresh of a week, I think. You can do this every week. And I think average is like 10 to 20 Moltens you can actually acquire while doing this.
That Pokemon was created just for Pokemon Go.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
it's a kind of a cool one.
That looks like a nut, right?
Yeah, it literally looks like a nut. Yeah.
Yeah, like tool thing.
yeah, for sure. So that's a cool thing to look into as well if you do play and you know somebody or you yourself have a Switch. That's kind of a hidden thing. And then we have some spotlights this week or this month. These are on Tuesday, every Tuesday, from I think 6 every Tuesday at 6 p.m. local time, and each hour we'll spotlight a different Pokemon and special bonuses. So for week 1, which is tomorrow, you're looking at Horsey. August 11th is Sableye, 18th is Venipede, and 25th is the Geodude. Can't post it. Walker has something
Trying to post something.
He is trying to post something there. So I think that is really all I got going on right now. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else. Yeah, that's all I got in the really that. I mean, there was a little bit of the news from Sea of Thieves, but Mark covered it way better than I would have anyways. Way better than I would have covered it. I think that's about all I got for now. I've been trying to break into the scene a little bit. Like, one of the things we used to do when we were in Florida is we'd have train raid days, where what that would be, or raid day, which was basically it was from 6 o'clock to 9, I think, on Wednesdays. I don't remember if it was every Wednesday. I think it was once a month, where what we would do is there would be, no joke, like 40 or 50 cars, all caravanned, like in groups, one after the other. And the Discord group there was so on point that they actually had it so it would be like, all right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go from here to 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 here, and basically raid as many gyms as possible. And then they would fly, dude. It gave me so much anxiety because people drive like jerks sometimes in Florida, especially so. And I could never be the driver because I don't drive that fast, nor do I drive recklessly enough. And when I would be in a car with other people, I'm not even driving and my knuckles are white because I'm grabbing the hell out of the old shit bar. People are whipping turns around, busting up on 2 wheels, flying down the road, doing ramps over curbs, just to get a good spot so they can catch their damn Rayquaza or whatever it is. But I'm trying to find that here because those are actually really fun to participate in. So I've been poking around in the different Facebook groups and the Discord, trying to see what they got going on. But that's pretty much all I got because that has kind of been all I've been really doing this week. Oh yeah, I'm gonna kick the hacky sack over to you, James.
Well, thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass it over.
Pokemon Go correspondent.
Yeah.
It's always good to hear you.
Trying to catch a Dratini right now. Oh, did I get it? Oh, I got it.
think
No,
I
it ran away like a little jerk.
What a bitch.
Fucking Dratinis. I'm actually after the elusive shiny Dratini. I actually got a shiny Executor today. The Alola. I got an Alolan shiny Executor. Yeah, it's a huge one and it's shiny. Which is kind of cool.
Did they say anything about adding like Galarian Pokemon to it? Like the dapper wheezing and coughing?
I wish they would. I don't know much about that. Right now it's Johto. What is it? Johto,
Kanto, Johto,
Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova,
wow, they got Sinnoh.
and Kanto.
Oh.
That's it.
Have you guys
Alolan shit.
Oh, and
What?
Unova?
What's this Alolan shit? What does this mean?
That
What
was
does
from,
Hawaii. It's
Those
like
from
Hawaii
Sun and
stuff.
Yeah.
Why
they
am
had
I
a lot of
seeing
Pokemon-
like Pokemon that are like ice based, but not actually ice based, but
Well, I mean,
iced out fucking Sand Slash and shit? What is this nonsense?
well, actually, that is, I do believe, Alolan Sandslash is an ice type Pokemon. Same with Alolan Ponyta is an
Pokemon
ice
isn't
type
Pokemon
Pokemon.
anymore.
No, not all of them. No. The Alolan
Some
ones
of
are
them are.
Hawaii. And like the Alola Executor, I think is actually dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a plant dragon. Some of them are super cool, dude. Like the Ninetales, bro. When I got the Ninetales, I immediately thought of you, Kitsune, or whatever the fuck you call yourself now.
Yeah, you know.
Look at this guy. I don't know if you can see it very well.
I mean, it's cool looking, but like
That one is cool. That one is dope.
it just seems like they're doing so much now, and they've lost like the main concept of Pokemon.
Well, do you
And I don't
remember?
know
It's
what
the
the
same
fuck the main.
concept.
No,
It's just
you
fucking
used to
concept.
have to
Just
fight
Changing
them.
and adding in
It's a
fucking
little
elements
balls,
to characters who didn't
and
have
then you
those
run around
elements.
the world and you fucking make friends. That's all Pokemon is.
They're
It
just
can't
throwing
be
a bunch
true.
of bullshit onto it.
No.
Well,
Hey, what's up with this fucking Dynamaxing fucking things?
Yeah,
Fucking-
Chunky Boys.
Fucking Bulbasaur is a dinosaur with a bulb on its back. Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur,
It hasn't changed.
Bulbasaur is just a giant frog. That's what he is. Yes, he is. Look it up.
Not a fucking
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look it up. Look it up. It's
up.
canon. Look it the fuck up.
Hold on. Hold the phone there, Chief. All right. Google. Is Bulbasaur...
Bulbasaur's a fucking toad. If you want to be more specific.
Well, here, actually, I actually do want to show
It's
Walker
a
something real
small
quick.
squad amphibian and plant Pokemon. That doesn't make it a fucking frog.
So I kind of want to show, dude. I'll show you this real quick because he's asking, or he's not asking, but he's like, he doesn't know how to check the IVs and stuff. So this is just real quick for our TV viewers here, just to kind of show you real quick, and then by just looking at one of them, you might be able to get the idea how much more intimate this can become as far as like really digging into this. So you see, I have, come on, focus. A whole bunch of these are Swablues. A whole bunch of Swablues here. I got a handful of these guys. Okay?
What's a Swablu?
It's like it turns into.
It's like a bird that's made of clouds.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So when you check the stats, so I clicked on one. Let me do the appraisal real quick. All right. So you check the stats on it. Boom. That's one of them. So that's a 1-star, which is, you would think, okay, that's kind of trash.
Good old Erie, Pennsylvania.
Yep. Now, if I wanted to spend the resources to amp this dude up all the way, it would cost a whole bunch of the Stardust. I know it's hard to see because it's backwards, but it would cost Stardust and the resources to do it. The reason I have so few is because I just did one of these yesterday, and then I got one that was slightly more powerful. So let me show you what the thing that makes this thing so stupid ridiculous and so much more time consuming now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look up the actual IV of this thing. So I have an app called PokeGenie. It does an overlay on your screen, and it takes a picture of your screen. And what it does is it actually shows you the stats. So the attack is 0, defense is 13, and the strength is 15, okay? So the reason that this underneath, it says 666 upside down and backwards is because it's 99.9, which means what they've done is they have added those 3 tiers of PvP battling. So there's, up here you have the combat CP, the combat points. And every time I level it up, those points go up a little bit more. Once they surpass 1500, I can't fight it in the Great League because the max in the Great League is 1500 points. Then that pushes you into the Master League, which is 2500 points and under, and then Ultra League is unlimited. So if you got something that was a perfect 15 15 15, in a lot of cases that would work for the Ultra League because you're not going to it's going to push past that anyways. But I'll go into this PvP section here and actually show you what it is. So these stats get a little weird. Again, it's probably hard to see because of the being backwards thing. If I could get it to focus. Okay. So basically what this thing is showing, I wish I could flip it, but basically what this thing is showing us is if I was to max this thing out, or actually if I bring it to level 26 or 29, if I bring it to level 29, come on. Based on those 3 numbers, in the beginning, the 15 or the 0, 15, 13 or whatever, based on those numbers, if I level this thing up, this is a 90 out of all of the possible combination of numbers, which there comes out to like 4,000 potentials. This one specifically for a league that's, if I powered it up to as close to 1500 as I can get it, is the, out of all 4,000, 999.9, this is the bet, like 0.1 or worse than this. And then if I wanted the numbers for the Ultra League, in which this wouldn't be a good one to use in the Ultra League because it actually doesn't even surpass, I'll just tell you because you can't even see it, because it only goes to 1803. So to try to have this thing battle in a 2,500 point league when it can only max out completely at 1803 wouldn't really want to do it. But because it will max out at 14.94 at level 29, it makes sense. So when it comes down to it, you can literally spend hours and hours going through one after the other, after the other, after the other. One will be good for one league where it's not good for another league, where one's good just to max out. And then under different circumstances, I don't know, maybe I'll just make a YouTube video that explains it so that so that I can maybe brainwash more people into playing it with me. Because it's so much more than it used to be. And then I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for the fact that they have the leagues where you can fight each other now, if they didn't have that, I probably wouldn't play it. But if James and I, we order a pizza and we both go to reach for that last piece and our hands bump each other and we back up and we look at each other like,
You just start making out.
well, we could make out. We could make out. And whoever laughs first doesn't get the pizza.
Whoever gets a boner first loses.
Right. Or we could pull our phones out and be like, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to settle this on the battlefield right now. So there's the combination of that, of just being able to have casual battles with your buddies. And then there's the actual whole section of the game that they've added that is literally just battling each other.
It's awesome.
So yeah. I don't know, if you have any questions about it, hit me up, let me know. I can explain it probably in more detail, especially in the Discord. If you throw it, put the app on your phone, I can kind of explain what to look for while you're doing it. But that is pretty much that. It's really cool. There's a ton that can go into this game. Yeah, actually, I will give them props. When Pokemon Go first came out, I was like, this is trash. I don't like this game. This is stupid. You just walk around collecting Pokemon. It was basically geocaching, but with no much, not a ton to it. But since they've added the battling, or the different, battling the leagues and this IV thing, and I don't know, that's what I like about it. That's what I enjoy about it, is the competitive side of it. But that's my news, and that's my little breakdown of how that works. Send me a direct message if you wanna know more.
If you want to battle.
Or if you want to battle, come see me.
1v1 me IRL.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna. Sorry for taking the hack from you. I'm gonna kick it back over.
You're fine, Jeff.
You're fine.
No worries. And also, Jeff, probably wouldn't pull out my phone to play Pokemon Go against you for the last slice of pizza. I'd whip out my my dual disc and send your bitch ass to the Shadow Realm. So. Oh, I forgot to mention, I bought it.
Boy.
Did you buy a dual disc?
Oh,
No, close. I bought a booster box of Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh, nice.
it's awesome.
I spent $60 on it. They're worth like 40 something.
Oh, you already did the math?
Oh yeah, I already did the math.
It's usually how it goes.
Oh yeah, most expensive card was like $6.
Aw.
Like,
No,
that's sick.
That $30 card was pretty dope.
Oh yeah, I already sold that.
Yeah.
I got a secret rare card out of there, so it's like super shiny and sparkly. $1.11 it's worth. Actually, I think I have it. Yeah, this guy's like a fucking $1.11.
Yeah.
For the secret shiny card?
Yeah, I'm fucking butthurt.
Ah.
All right, hey, let's get into some gaming news, shall we?
Gaming news.
You guys hate Konami like I do, right?
They're the worst.
You guys like PC gaming, right?
Yeah.
Well, hey, guess what? Konami's entering the desktop PC business.
Excuse me?
So,
Oh,
according
wow.
to, this is from, as reported on by Tom's Hardware, Japanese outlet PC Watch reports that the company has 3 desktop models currently available for pre-order. And the shipping will commence this summer, or this September. Okay, the models range from about 1,750 USD to about $3,205, depending on the specs. So, the R-Spear C300 is their lowest model. They're called the R-Spear line, which has an i5-9400F processor, GTX 1650, 8 gigs of DDR4 RAM, with a 512 SSD. That's going to be about $1,750. The Asper 700 or C700 700 Plus include a water-cooled i7 9700, an RTX 2070 Super, and 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM. These models house the same 5.2 or 512 gigabyte M.2 SSD. It will also come with a 1 terabyte hard drive. And the difference between the 700 and 700 Plus is you get a neat window.
Wow.
You get a neat window, and all models have a discrete sound card in the form of the Asus Zonar AE. So, thanks, PC Gamer, for saying this. So far, only available in Japan. Next up, hey, it's a new month, so let's talk about the new games from PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live Games with Gold. Your PlayStation Plus games for August are Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, the new game that they Shuhei talked about at the Devolver Direct, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered. Modern Warfare 2 campaign is actually available right now, while Fall Guys comes out tomorrow. Microsoft claps back with Portal Knights coming out August 1st to the 31st on Xbox One. You have Override Mech City Brawl coming out on August 16th through the 15th, available free. MX Unleashed, the original Xbox game, August 1st through 15th. And Red Faction 2, August 16th through August 31st. Speaking of Microsoft, is Microsoft killing off Xbox Live Gold?
What?
So, according to reports, they discontinued the yearly subscription to Xbox Live Gold. They stopped selling the 12-month Xbox Live Gold subscription. Also, you can still buy 1 month and 3 month through the Microsoft Store, but 12 months are not available anymore. One thing that's also interesting is that the Halo, the Halo Twitter account announced that Halo Infinite will feature groundbreaking free-to-play multiplayer experience running at 120 FPS. So it looks like Halo is going to be free to play as well. At least the multiplayer. And to round off this trifecta of Microsoft news, Microsoft is I accept all cookies, Eurogamer. Microsoft is rebranding Xbox Game Pass. It's just called Game Pass. So they're cutting an Xbox name from it, just called Game Pass, fueling some speculation on it coming to other platforms, which is something that Phil Spencer really wants to happen. Here's a little piece of interest news also from PC Gamer. Metal Gear Solid 5 is a video game that's been out for a very long time. Very, very long time. Not very long, but long. Pretty long time.
Like what, 5 years?
Something like that. It's been out for a minute. The multiplayer version of the game, I don't know if you guys ever dipped your toe into the multiplayer of Metal Gear Solid 5. But it has an overarching story where all the players in the world try to disarm a bunch of nukes. Well, that hasn't been done. Hasn't been done legitimately, at least.
Like they haven't gotten everybody to successfully accomplish this thing yet?
Correct. Yeah.
Interesting.
So, at the time of the writing of this article for PC Gamer, there's about 19,262 nukes on Steam, 2,494 on PlayStation 4, and, before this article broke, 52 on PlayStation 3. So, our good buddies still playing Metal Gear Solid 5 on PlayStation 3, they decided, you know what, we're sick and tired of all these nukes. And they got rid of all the nukes, all 52 of them. Which triggers a very special cutscene where it talks about nuclear warfare bad. Don't be a nuclear warfare. So, good job, gamers. You've successfully defused all of the nuclear bombs in the world.
Wild.
speaking of PlayStation 3, let's talk about the PlayStation 5, a not dead console. PlayStation 5, this is from the PlayStation blog, titled PlayStation 5, answering your questions on compatible PlayStation 4 peripherals and accessories. So, big question is, what existing PS4 peripherals will work on the PlayStation 5? Well, specialty peripherals such as officially licensed racing wheels, arcade sticks, and flight sticks will work with PS5 games and supported PS4 games. The Platinum and Gold wireless headset, as well as third-party headsets that connect via USB or audio jack, will work on the PS5. The headset companion is not compatible with PS5. The DualShock 4 wireless controllers and PlayStation officially licensed third-party gamepad controllers will work with supported PlayStation 4 games. And both the PlayStation Move motion controllers and the PlayStation VR aim controller will work with supported PlayStation VR games. So apparently, things like your PS4 controllers will sort of kind of work on the PlayStation 5, but only for playing PlayStation 4 games. And then also, the PlayStation camera will work for VR games, but it will require a PlayStation camera adapter that will be provided at no additional cost for PlayStation VR users. More details at a later date.
They're just gonna give you a free adapter. They're like, oh yeah, 3D print this at home.
Yeah, there you go. Speaking of Sony, again, trifecta, ending out the trifecta of the PlayStation block. Square Enix's Marvel's The Avenger. It's a game that's coming out here soon. And the PlayStation version's getting a very special character. That's an exclusive. Good old Spoderman.
Hey.
Is going to be a PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 exclusive character. And I like how the Verge article here says, it's not clear whether Sony paid Square Enix extra for the exclusive character, or it's simply an extension of the movie rights that Sony has long held since.
It's probably the movie rights.
It's probably the latter, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so PS4 and PlayStation 5 owners will be able to play as Spoderman, the Boy Wonder, sometime in 2021.
Oh yeah.
That's all that I have for news. How long have we? Holy shit! It's not even been 2 hours yet. Fuck.
Jesus
Hey.
Christ.
You know what that means? I think it's some time for a list, boys.
Do we have a list?
I have 2 lists.
Okay.
It's been a minute since we've done any lists.
I figured because I had, prior to today, 1, 2, 3, 4 articles. So I know we're a bit late, about the halfway point, but let's take a look at the best games of 2020 and the worst games of 2020 so far. So Gamers Radar has a really weird thing where it's like, oh, here's the June game of the month. Runner-up is Valorant. Okay, no one plays that game anymore. What are you talking about? Last of Us Part 2 was their June game of the month. Minecraft Dungeon was the runner-up for May. Man-Eater was the game of the month for May. April's runner-up was XCOM Chimera Squad. April's game of the month was Final Fantasy VII Remake. Big fucking shocker there. Half-Life Alyx was their March game of the year or game of the month runner-up. Animal Crossing New Horizons, because of course it was their actual game of the month. February runner-up was Zombie Army 4 Dead War. Their February game of the month was Dreams, because of course it was. January's runner-up was Kentucky Route Zero TV Edition, and their January game of the month winner was Journey to the Savage Planet. But I mean, like, you know, good games are good and all. But let's take a look at the 15 worst games to come out so far this year. All right.
The 15 worst this year?
Yeah, so far. 15
Okay.
worst this year so far. All right, this is from Gaming Bolt. At number 15 is Disaster Report 4 Plus. Let's see here. Let me read the little snippet. Disaster Report 4 has quite a tumultuous cycle, but after upheavals because of unfortunate circumstances, the game came out earlier this year in the West, 2 years after its Japanese launch. Sadly, it wasn't worth the wait, bogged down by poor production values, repetitive and uninspired quest designs, terrible controls, and boring puzzles. It's a game that has some appeal, but only on paper. I think when I saw, because I was looking up Disaster Report 4 for something else, it said, "Hey man, the PlayStation 2 era is back." It's like, oh yeah, this looks like a PS2 game. Next one is RBI Baseball 20. With a decent selection of baseball games available on the market, RBI Baseball 20 brings nothing special to the table. It's mechanically slow and uninteresting, and it is horribly dated. At times, almost shockingly so. It doesn't really have enough depth in content to keep players engaged for a decent amount of time. If you're looking for a good baseball game to sink time into, there are far better options out there. And by that, he means one. MLB The Show. Because that's the only baseball game out there. Overpass is next. A classic case of poor execution letting down what on paper seemed like a genuinely interesting idea. Overpass, with its slow and methodical gameplay, tries to make its events seem almost like puzzle boxes to overcome, but when you get down to playing it, it's just slow and boring. On top of that, the game has very little content to offer, and combines with what is dated visuals, it's just not a game that can be easily recommended to people. This is a driving game. They didn't mention it. It's like a racing, almost like a racing game. Warcraft 3 Reforged. Remaster that somehow actively makes the base game worse is already a recipe for disaster. But when that remaster is for a game that as beloved and legendary as Warcraft 3, you just know it's going to go down in the history books for all the wrong reasons. Bugs, poor design choices, shoddy modeling work are bad enough, but the game lacks so many changes and improvements that were promised pre-release. Add to the fact that the game shares the same client as the original, and in effect essentially replaces it, as Blizzard's ownership of user-generated content, and what you have is a remaster that tarnishes the legacy of an all-time classic. Liberated is next. When you look at Liberated, which at first glance looks so unique, you want it to succeed. But Liberated just couldn't live up to the promising first impressions. It completely squanders the potential of its rich premise, and an unoriginal story and underdeveloped characters, while on the gameplay side of things, simplistic combat and stealth are, plainly put, just not fun to engage with. Sure, it looks great. Nothing can take away that from that game, but as a whole, it's a disappointing case of wasted potential. Let's see here. Fledgling Heroes, Gigantosaurus, the game is next. Mafia 2 Definitive Edition. You didn't like Mafia 2 Definitive Edition? Okay, Mafia 2 Mafia 2 Definitive Edition is, of course, bogged down by flaws that hampered the original game. A dull, lifeless open world, boring gunplay, uninspired mission designs. Of course, it wouldn't be fair to expect a remaster to fix all those issues. What really stings with this one is the fact that it doesn't succeed even as a remaster. The updates made to the visuals barely do even the bare minimum. There are numerous audio issues and glitches, the frame rate is absolutely shocking, and other technical issues such as texture popping are far too abundant.
Absolutely shocking.
That's a good point.
It's a good description, too.
Yeah. Though the box says Definitive Edition, it really is just a glorified texture pack, and not a very good one at that. Number 9 is Hunting Simulator 2. How the hell did that game get? Hunting Simulator 2 is a fantastic game. Hunting Simulator 2 has no final goal because everything is handed to the player from the start. The game suffers from boring moment-to-moment gameplay to a too slow, largely depending on trading animals for credits and get a hold of different guns and items. The hunting becomes a chore after a while thanks to its bland gameplay loop.
I mean, it was a chore for the first time we were trying to kill anything.
Yeah. Next they have Someday You'll Return. Interesting. Next is Dawn of Fear. Dawn of Fear deserves props for its instances on delivering a classic old-school fixed-camera horror game in vein of older Resident Evil and Silent Hill games. But beyond that, there's nothing else like it here. poorly balanced weapons that ruin the flow of gameplay, a laundry list of technical issues that actively get in the way of enjoyment, tons of visual bugs, and performance problems, the list goes on. If you really want to revisit classic old-school survival horror games, well, maybe play Resident Evil Remastered on the modern consoles instead. Waking is next. Then we have Help Will Come Tomorrow. Rugby 20. It's next one. Rugby is definitely one of the less popular sports in the video game space. So for those aching for good rugby games, this might be right up your alley. Just be prepared to deal with inconsistent experience. The core issues ensure that this isn't a game you might be able to spend too much time with. From occasionally confusing controls, to shoddy production values, to a painfully limited selection of modes. And the last one is Elder Scrolls Blades. Elder Scrolls Blades was never going to be a full-fledged Elder Scrolls experience, and accepting anything along those lines would have always led to disappointment. Sadly, expecting anything good would lead to disappointment here. Blades has boring, simplistic combat, an excess of mechanics that are constantly pushing you to spend more money, dreadful and bland environments, which are more often than not hyperlinear and dull dungeons, and a surprising amount of technical issues. It used the fact that it's a mobile game as a sorry excuse of being a poor product. So there you go. That's punching my microphone here. That is the 15 worst games of 2020 so far.
Shit.
So if you guys don't have anything else, I don't have anything else.
Get on to some releases.
Betch sweet Peppy. All right, so this is up until that looks adorable. Coming up on the 9th. All right, so on August 4th today we got Scully coming out for PC and PS4. Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout coming out for PC and PS4. Spitlings coming out for Xbox One and PS4. Relicta coming out for PS4 and PC. Wizardry Wand of Episocity coming out for Xbox One. Then on 5th, we got a cute little corgi wearing a little hat and a bomber jacket called Steam Tactics coming out for the Xbox One. Rogue Cube coming out for the Xbox One. The Mean Greens Plastic Warfare coming out for Xbox One and PS4. Mystery Mine coming out for Xbox One. Undermine coming out for Xbox One and PC on the 6th. Also on the 6th, we got Clan N coming out for PC and Xbox One. Airy The Broken Memories coming out for PC and Xbox One. It Lurks Below coming out for the Xbox One. On the 7th, we got Rogue Cube, the Switch. The Best Game of the Year, Fast and Furious Crossroads coming out for PC and PS4. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition coming out for PC on the 7th. Swim Sanity coming out for the Xbox One on the 7th. Hard Cube coming out for the Xbox One on the 7th. And Warriorb coming out for the Xbox One on, you guessed it, the 7th. Back to you guys. Thanks, James, for all the wonderful releases there. Well, that sounds like a podcast, boys.
It does indeed.
Let's go around the horn, and what's coming up? What's coming up? Where can they find you? Etc. Etc. Nate.
Yeah, I'll go first. Why fucking not? I've fucking been gone long enough. You can find me on Twitch at Gilgamesh the Gold. Find me.
Gilgamesh the Gold?
Yeah.
What is this?
If y'all knew the anime, you'd understand the reference.
I don't watch anime.
How do you even
trash.
spell Gilgamesh?
Bro, okay, hold the fucking phone here. The Fate series is not trash, you fucking plebeian.
No.
Feet joined.
No, I'm not.
Plebeian?
Fuck.
I like that word. Is that a common
plebeian?
word? Is a plebeian
Plebeian?
a thing?
Yeah, you've never heard of plebeian?
I've never
Yeah.
heard anybody use the term plebeian, but I like it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Seems
it's an
like a
actual thing.
good way of insulting someone.
Fate series is fucking god
Nate,
tier.
I'm not saying that the Fate series is trash. I'm saying anime as a whole is trash. I don't watch that anime trash.
Yeah, you
boy.
fucking weeb.
Bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't no goddamn weeaboo.
Well,
He just sits at home all day
that's a
playing
different
with his.
conversation to have.
He's just sitting at home all day playing with his shake weight, like.
Read my mind.
I think everything switched over to Gilgamesh at this point.
So what is
But
it?
yeah, Gilgamesh.
That's it, just
Because I fuck
Gilgamesh.
with it. Yeah.
Wow, you actually got the handle Gilgamesh done
Yeah, he did.
on all your platforms.
Yeah,
on just about everything besides, I want to say, Xbox and fucking Ubisoft. Every fucking variation on those, it's Gilgamesh TG.
But everything else is just straight Gilgamesh.
3 of my platforms are, yes. I only have 5, so
That's not bad.
yeah,
That's
I'm
pretty
pretty
damn
excited
good,
about it.
actually.
Pretty solid.
You're lucky.
But yeah, everything else is Gilgamesh TG, aspirating the gold part.
Gilgamesh True Gamer.
GTG, gotta go. But yeah, I don't really think I'm gonna be doing anything. Right now, I'm focusing on getting shit done with my car. Getting a new dash put in so I can have fucking CarPlay and shit because it didn't happen. I didn't get that.
Are you never gonna finish the Rise of the Cthulhu?
I still haven't fucking gone back to finish that game, mainly because the place I left off, I was going through the part of the insane asylum, and I was just going in and out of the same fucking door, and I got really annoyed and pissed off because like you go through this door, but it's actually like this mental fucking demonscape portal looking thing, and you have to walk around,
You
find a
transported to
giant
agony.
sigil, go back, walk through another door, and you walk through the same door you walked through to get through that door, but then there's another door, and there's a lot of fucking doors, and it's just a whole thing I don't want to deal with.
So you're just saying like it's difficult section to get through?
It's not because I figured out the majority of it, it's just tedious.
My bro, like that's why you skip that shit and you watch a YouTube video real fast. Fuck it. Seriously, fuck it. Like if you're trying to stream do a thing, I give
Yeah.
it 10, 15 minutes and I'm done waiting. If I can't figure out a puzzle and the people hanging out for the show doesn't tell me, I am done. I'm Googling that shit because I am not gonna just sit here. Oh, don't ruin it for yours. Fuck that. I'm not wasting 100 years trying to fucking figure out this damn
That's what we did
impossible
with,
puzzle.
Canarium. James fucking sent me the pattern for
Yeah, that's
that
what I'm
shit.
saying.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I got who
I
got
was the
time
wingman
for all that, especially when you're
I was the
streaming.
co-pilot.
It's
Hell yeah.
boring.
I won't forget the time that I was like, I typed in your chat, get on the fucking Discord, you goob. And then I
Sometimes
was
it's
walking
needed,
you through how
man.
to do it.
I'll eventually have to finish my playthrough of The Last of Us, but that's not really like relevant anymore because last time I played it was right before the release of 2. And now people probably don't care, but I might do it again.
Plus, I don't know
Who
if you should
knows?
be
What-
playing that game right
what-
now with Dave. I
Last
think
of
it's
Us,
just too
yeah.
soon.
Speaking
Um,
of Dave, Nate, when are we gonna play fucking Resi? When are you gonna play all the Resi games with me?
I mean,
I
I'm
will.
fucking
I'll join
down.
you guys now that I'm in town. We could do
Yeah,
Chatterbox.
I'm down.
You guys remember Chatterbox by any chance?
I don't fucking know what you're talking about.
Do you, James? Chatterbox?
No.
It was a series that I did on like Tuesdays, I think. And it was just what you would do is a couple people would sit in the same room and essentially just pass the controller around. Like we were playing Resident Evil 7, and every time
That sounds fun.
every time one of us would die, we would just pass the controller to the next person, and then we just talked. Like we just talked shit on the game, talked shit on each other, and just had a pretty good time.
Sounds like a fun fucking time.
It is fun. It is fun. It was actually hilarious, bro. We've had, dude, Final Fantasy or fucking Resident Evil 7. We called them the Cuck Monsters.
That's great.
Yeah, I couldn't do that with Resident Evil because I'd just be yelling at you guys too much.
It's likely, but that's what makes it
Like,
funny.
no, deposit the green herb. You're fine. You
Hey,
don't
Jeff,
need all that ammo.
Stop
Why
trying
are
to
you
smoke the
shooting
green
that-
herb.
Why are you shooting that fucking zombie? You just run past him.
Oh, that's how you do it?
Conserve all your goddamn ammo.
I didn't know you were supposed to run past them.
conserve all of your ammo and all of your healing items, because even after the final boss, you don't know if you might need them or not.
Good to know. I didn't know that.
No, that's just how I play it, because I'm an insane person. That's how I play fucking survival horrors. You never heal. If you heal, you lose.
I see.
You did
Isn't
it
that
wrong.
an achievement too? Like if you can go the whole game without healing?
I think that's how you get that's a good way to get like the S ranks in some of the resis. Is like heal or no saving certain amount.
Yeah, you have to go so long without, or you can only save so many times in the game. Okay, how about you, Mark? What's your where can I find you? What are you getting into this week, man?
Who knows if I ever make content, but if you ever want to see it, it'll be on Twitch and YouTube at MarkDude701.
He says it's mediocre, but it's actually very soothing.
Above mediocre.
It's a way above mediocre.
Appreciate it. But who knows if I'll ever do anything. We'll see. I'll try my best. It's a weird time for me with, I don't know, going back to school and all that sort of stuff. It's a lot of changes that I'm going through, so I'm just trying to find some time to, relax and play some games. So we'll see what we'll do. But if you want to see that, it'll be on Twitch and YouTube at MarkDude701. Who else hasn't gone? Because I haven't been paying attention.
Okay, Splash Screen Gaming here on the Twitch and the YouTube. Team Splash Screen on the Facebook and the Instagram, and Splash Screen G on the Twitter. And we do have a Discord page. So just hit me up if you want the link to that. I gotta find somewhere normal to put that. But that's it. And then as far as what I'll be doing this week, I don't know. I'm gonna see what the guys are doing. I'm gonna keep putzing around with my setup though. Like I've been making little tiny adjustments. Like last week we got the internet running properly now. We bypassed the switch that kept cutting out because of upload speeds, I'm guessing. I have no idea. It works fine until I try to upload and then it cuts out like 6 times. But I fixed that. Got the Yeti set up, which sounds a lot better than this, I think. But I got to play with it a little bit. And then next, I actually want to start recording YouTube videos like I used to. So I got my laptop. Took almost an entire day. I don't know where the hell it went. It took like a whole day for the updates to go through because I haven't used it in months. But usually what I do is I run my camera and my microphone to that, and then I record the game on the big machine, and then I put the two together after the fact, so that this way when I want to do a zoom up on my face, or I don't have to adjust. I have two separate things I can work with. So I can make the face cam do something weird while the background stays the same and that kind of thing. Plus the audio, I think, sounds a little better.
Jeff, do you do the little sync clap?
Yeah.
Sync everything up. Yeah,
Yep. You kind of have to. So I think that's what I'm gonna try to do over the course of this week, is try to get some stuff recorded, because I really want to play A Plague's Tale, and I really want to play Hellblade. Those are like, both of those games I really want to play. And then when Mark's not looking, I'm gonna pull some crazy computer Jedi shit and somehow find a way to borrow his copy of Death Stranding so I can play it. Because $60 is too fucking much for a video game.
Yeah, it's good though, so I don't regret it yet.
Good. That's good. That's when I mean,
you got your money worth.
Yeah.
Out of it.
No.
Yeah, how many hours do I have? Few.
I'm not gonna lie, dudes. Like having the
43.
internet. 43 hours into it so far.
Yeah.
Not bad. I'm not gonna lie to you guys though, man. Having the internet working has definitely been a huge morale boost on this side, on the Splash Screen Gaming thing. Because, bro, when you try to stream every week and every week it cuts out like 40 times, that really, you're just like, I'm gonna punch it all. All of the thing, everything. Just bring them. I'm gonna punch everything. All of the things. So everything working properly has been a really good thing. So I'm gonna try to get this studio. I don't know, maybe I'll get rid of some of the stuff in the background even. That joystick. But that's kind of that. How about you, Sir
Well-
James? What are you doing, buddy?
Well, you can watch me play Ghost of Tsushima or play some games with these goobers at twitch.tv/people8studios. You can also scheduling's hard, man.
It's hard, isn't it?
Scheduling hard to get people to meet up is hard. So who knows when we're gonna get back to Yakuza 0 and Final Fantasy 7. One day. One of these days, maybe. Maybe not next week, but the week after. When I'm off for a week. But you can check that out in my VODs from my stream at youtube.com/people8studios. And you can see what I'm doing on my everyday life at Twitter at peopleahate10.
Groovy.
Well,
Right.
It's you can don't forget to email us things at levelandlockpodcast@gmail.com.
Gotta like us and love us.
Yeah, and follow us on Twitter at what, James?
LVL Unlocked Pod. That's LVL Unlocked Pod.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Also on the Facebook and the Instagram and the other things.
And don't forget the Patreon.
Mark, what's Patreon?
Yeah, patreon.com/levelunlockedpodcast.
And
I also
don't forget we're available on a bunch of different podcasting platforms like Spotify and
Google Play.
Oh,
I got us on
iTunes.
TuneIn as well.
Did
We're
you?
on TuneIn Radio now.
Are we on
yeah.
iHeartRadio?
We are on iHeartRadio.
That's cool.
We're on pretty much everything that isn't. I think we're on pretty much everything except for I think we're not on Pandora.
Yeah, I don't even
because
think
then
they
can
have.
own the rights to the podcast. I read the fine
Ew.
print, and I said no, go away. I'm not doing that. So we're not on Pandora, but we're on pretty much everything.
Seems silly.
I also started us up with a different like social media called Swell. I got an email
Ooh.
about that. So it's basically just a chit chat, and like you just make like up to 5-minute little like video posts or audio posts. It's meant for like podcasters. So who knows what we'll be doing on that.
Cool.
I've had this account for like a month now, and I still haven't posted anything on it.
It'll be swell.
It will be pretty swell.
Ah.
Well, join us. That's a good end to podcast land. See us next week. Hopefully Sunday, maybe Monday. We don't know. Our schedule's so fucked up.
But we'll get figured out
Probably
eventually.
we'll figure it out. I don't know. Man, I just work here.
I just show up sometimes.
Just show-
Right.
Hey man, 79 episodes strong.
That is crazy. 79 weeks in a row we've done this. That's a lot.
That's crazy.
I don't know if it's been weeks in a row, but at least consecutive episodes.
It's
Yeah.
been
Well, and
mostly.
also
we
took
haven't
that
missed.
we took that week off too.
There was
Yeah, it's
one
been like
week.
1 or 2 weeks missed, but it's been pretty solid for the most part.
Yeah, I think that when we took the break, at the beginning of the year, that was our first break.
This is the rock that holds the rest of my week together. Like, all right, Sundays, sometimes Mondays we have the podcast. I plan everything else in my life around that.
There you go. All right, guys, that's enough rambling. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks for your time, everybody. Have a killer evening.
Jesus Christ, guys.
Another beautiful, beautiful program.
show.
All about.
Yeah, that was a shit show and a half.
Show. Oh my god.
That sure was.